Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another session by OPM Tools or Overpower Marketing. It is I, Mustafa Shahid, and we have Coven Powell with us. And today we are taking a deep dive into again Ask AI, which we've been continuing for the past 3 weeks. And first thing that we completed on Ask AI was how to use it for social media. The second time we used Ask AI for emails. The third time we used it for courses. And this time we wanted to show you how you can audit your system and basically use Ask AI as a data analyst, as a strategist who has access to the entire system and can basically show you the complete overview of where your system currently stands, what's working out, what's not working out, and you can continue prompt it like a follow-up conversation with it to see what's actually good for you and what's not actually good for you and where you need to allocate your time and resources and so on and so forth. So although the topic of today is how to use Ask AI for internal automations, when we talk about automation, it goes beyond just workflows. It's about how your entire system connects with each other. So before further ado, let me just share my screen and show you what I've been working on personally. Because when we work with AI, within the system, be it AI Studio or be it Ask AI or Content AI or Voice AI, any part of AI, the best way that I find it is easy to teach and easy to showcase is when I implement that on myself or for ourselves in this case. So let me just scroll up. So this is what Ask AI can do for you. All I told it was a simple prompt to audit all the published and draft workflows that I have within the system and give me an overview of what's happening inside the system, what's broken, and what can be improved. And what did it do? It start building out the report. Now on the right hand side, if you see its thought process, it will show you what it was thinking, and you can even tell it or give it the direction in which it's supposed to or it should think at. So but its thinking is for now amazing, so I don't need to correct its direction. But this is the return, or this is what it was able to show me. So the first thing it did was it was the workflow audit report. What it told me that the API has returned a large list. I captured 70 plus workflows across all niches. The count below reflects what was confirmed in the data. There may be a few additional workflows likely in 6.8 sets or 7.8 sets template range, which is not visible. But the system overview, and again, this is, if I hover it, it tells you how many active or published workflows we have, how many draft ones we have, and based on niches, all the different niches or all the different segmentations of your clients that you have within the system in terms of the workflows as well, it can show you how many workflows are there. Then it will be able to tell you the critical issues, what's broken, and again, everything that it shows broken, thankfully, are all in draft mode. And personally, when we work with automations, we put in draft all those workflows that we were testing out, something we wanted to experiment on. So it's okay. If they were published and broken, that would have been a huge issue. So moving further, it was able to, and again, the one thing that always amazes me is how it uses its terminologies or the wordings that it chooses to use. The sleeping giant in this case. So 17 template workflows imported but never published. So these are the ones that we imported from somewhere or we got from somewhere and we had to use it, but we never got around to it. So activation urgency for the new call appointment and appointment confirmation reminders. Some of these workflows have been outdated. For example, the first one, since we can utilize the appointment confirmation reminders, follow up, reschedulation, and cancellation all through the from the calendar settings directly. So we don't need this. And again, all the forms that we have outdated or we don't use anymore, and so on and so forth. But at least it gives you an understanding of which category, which workflows are in, in draft mode. They need to be either be published or they need to be fixed and then published. Then it shows us the pipelines. Now, even though we are talking about automations, the AI was able to grasp the information from the pipelines. Why? Because again, automations connect the entire system together. It builds out an ecosystem basically. So it was able to understand which pipelines are connected to which workflows and how are they working together. So for staffing, for credit unions, nonprofit, legacy, do we have a dedicated call setup? We do in some of the cases. Do they have an entry point? Yes, and they have been published. When were they last updated? What's the health level? So they are mostly healthy. The only one has a gap over here in which there's a no call step. So missing 005, FU would be follow up. Then it shows us the prioritize improvement roadmap. So there are 13 different actions that it provided me, that if I am able to do these 13 steps in terms of the priority, my entire roadmap or my entire user journey or my entire system would be improved. So publish these workflows, review and publish, and build this out and delete this, so on and so forth. And then it was able to give me the TLDR, the big picture. So it summarized everything into a more concise, understandable snippet, I'd say. What's working well, what's broken right now, the single biggest opportunity that we have. And then I told it to outline each roadmap one by one so I understand what I'm missing out on. So that is what it did. It gave me that I should publish the 001 nonprofit contacted. It is to fix the broken pipeline entry so people can go into the proper pipeline at the right time. The problem is this workflow has been sitting in draft status for nearly 10 months despite being edited 8 times. So someone is working on it, but we never got around to publish it. What action is needed and what the expected outcome is after publishing, and what the risk is as well. So you can go at it with like step-by-step approach, or you can do something different altogether. Then you may ask, how can I use the most amount of actions available inside the workflows to see it all work simultaneously and just bedazzle me? So I like to throw in random questions which makes no sense. It's not here and there. It doesn't add or deduct anything from the system, but I try to engage the strategic mind of the Ask AI. And again, as you can see, I'm prompting it in front of you right now. So, and on the right hand side, it shows you that all the different tasks or all the different actions the workflow builder has, like the communication one, content management, opportunity, and so on and so forth. So what a truly comprehensive workflow would orchestrate using all of these simultaneously. So again, I like to have these conversations with the workflow, the Ask AI, which is a our system's version of ChatGPT, but with the complete access of the entire system, and basically it gives me an understanding of what its limitations are, what it can do and what it cannot do. And that would be my next prompt, in which I would be talking to it to understand what can it actually do on its own and what do I need to do by myself. So that's what we work with when we're working with workflow AI, or when we are working with Ask AI for workflows. You can actually tell it to understand what you're trying to build. It will give you like multiple different ways to achieve that target. And then you can build it out, and it can go in and check what you've built and tell you if it's something is broken, or it can even assess the data. And by assessing the data, seeing what is working, what's not working, how you can further improve that or use the same method for something else as well. And again, it's just so fast and so seamless, and it teaches you like the best teacher ever by telling you exactly what needs to be done. So let's see what it gives us within the Blitz workflow, which is the full blueprint. This is something random, something new. So let's see. So the moment a lead, okay, let me please read that. So the moment a lead hits hot status, all hell breaks loose in the best way. So what happens is the trigger is going to be opportunity stage changed. What happens? It fires the moment any contact's opportunity moves to hot lead stage. And then what happens? Add a tag, update the opportunity, assign to user, add a note, create a task, internal notifications in the app, internal email to the team, send an SMS to the contact, send an email to the contact, send a WhatsApp message if that is enabled, if that is something that you use in your current location or for your business, send a voicemail to that particular contact, outbound webhook. So it fires a JSON payload to Zapier, Slack, external CRM. So for example, if you have Slack or you have ClickUp or something like that, it will send this information over there as well. Activate conversation AI. So the conversation AI can handle the entire conversation which is about to start. Then wait 1 hour, given the contact time to react to the blitz, basically. And then if else, if the email was opened, if the SMS was opened, if the follow-up email, send out a follow-up email. If the previous email was not opened, wait, and if else again, and so on and so forth. And then it can go on and on and on. So what actually is the purpose of doing this exercise is to show you that within one prompt, the Ask AI was able to build me a workflow, an actual workflow that we may even use, which contains 29 steps, in which 12 out of 13 action categories were used. The outbound touch points were 7, in which one SMS, two emails, WhatsApp, voicemail, call, and a review request at the end. Internal team alerts, conditional branches, waits, opportunity updates, AI activation for the conversation bot, and for the math scoring. And how to build it, this is what it actually tells you further. In order to build it, I need to pre-record my voicemail drop, create my Blitz email template. And again, I don't need to create it, it can do it for me. And just to map out my if else conditions. Now, with all the limits you have, what can you actually do in terms of setting up or optimizing existing workflows, and where would I have to step in manually to do it by myself? Also, can you utilize workflow AI to get things done? So now what I'm asking is to understand what its limitations are. What can it do by itself? So if I just give it a prompt and have it completely build out the system for me, or where does it lack the functionality where I have to step in and do it manually? And also if it can use different AI capabilities within the software or not. So, great question. I'll be completely straight with you. Let me break down exactly where my actual reach ends and where your hands needs to be on the keyboard. And that's what we're going to be waiting for, but not for long. All right. So all the things it can do is it can read the workflows and audit them. So list in all of them, check in the status, version history, creation dates, full audit, like it just did previously. It can create the work in terms of workflow creation. It cannot do itself because it does not have the right access to the workflow builder itself. In terms of the workflow editing, like optimizing the existing workflows, it cannot do that. In terms of tags and custom fields, it can create tags, create custom fields, create contacts, change opportunity stages, create appointments, manage calendars, send SMS, emails, conversations, create, configure, update, and delete conversation AI bots, which I'm going to be using a lot of after this workshop. Voice AI agents, where it can create, configure, update, and delete voice AI agents, which I think will be very helpful for Coven as well, and bulk actions and reporting. So, can I use workflow AI to get things done? Yes, and when I'm talking about I'm referring to Ask AI. So, can Ask AI use workflow AI to get things done? So, what it can do or what it can configure for you is it can create a new bot from scratch. It can create a retail powered voice agent. It can execute existing AI agents, list what's available, and run agent tasks programmatically. It can write all the SMS copy, all the content. It can do it for you, and it can re-audit the the workflows on a schedule. like daily, weekly, monthly, flag in the new drafts, detect version changes, alert you to stale workflows, and so on and so forth. So it can be your basically every time we talk about AI, the crux or the summary or the main focus is that AI is not exactly a replacement for anyone. It's more like your assistant, an assistant who has all the knowledge of the system, most of the access to the system, and it understands what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. Either it will do it by itself or it will tell you how to get it done. So, this is the real collaboration model. The AI will handle the strategy, the content, the infrastructure, and the AI layer. So, for example, the full workflow blueprint design, like it just did previously, it will write every single word of the copy for every step. It will build the conversation AI, the voice AI brains that sit inside these workflow steps. It would set up all the custom fields, the tags, the contact data these workflows depend on. It will do a complete audit on demand or on a schedule and flag broken or stale workflows before they actually start costing you money. And I, as the user, will do the 10-minute part, which is to create the workflow, drop in the trigger, paste, select each step from the blueprint the AI gives me, and just hit publish. So, the most powerful move available right now, the highest leverage 10 we can do right now without you touching the builder is I build you fully configured conversation AI bots for each niche. Okay, and then all you do is drop activate bot into each and select the matching bot. That's the one action in the builder. So yeah, basically AI is in some cases I take my words back. AI can lead me and I can be the AI's assistant of the one who actually goes in and do the job, but it's out there making the strategies. So yeah, that is like a summary of what everything that AI can do, the Ask AI specifically within the system. And in these 4 weeks that we have gone thoroughly over each different aspect or each different field, um, for in terms of the AI or using the Ask AI, we have covered how a social media manager or social media strategist or a social media creator would use Ask AI. Then we went over into how an email expert or an email content builder or an email marketing expert will use Ask AI. Then last week we went over how a course creator or a content creator, an industry or an organization who wants to get its SOPs built out, how it will use Ask AI. And today we wanted to show you how we as an agency or any business can use Ask AI to sum up or map out the entire process which is happening within the system, identify the broken loops, identify the opportunities, identify where we are wasting money, wherever we are wasting time, and whatever things we can do in order to optimize everything. And that, in my personal opinion, would be a summary of everything that Ask AI can do for you. But if you can find something, some way to play with it that haven't talked about, I would love to know that. So that would be everything that I had to share with you guys today. And from August on, our topics that we have will be changing from Ask AI to a different content structure. But yeah, that is everything that we had for you. Yeah, absolutely. And even when you were talking about this, the only thing that came into my mind is even within workflow AI, we have to give it a prompt in order to tell it what needs to be built out. We can use Ask AI to give us the prompt, and we can just copy the prompt and just paste it over here.
like a consultation of sorts. Since it is native to the software, it knows literally everything it needs, everything there is to know. It even uses the knowledge base that we keep talking about at the end of these meetings, how it refers to that information in order to train itself on topics regarding OPM tools. So yeah, here in the workflow that Mustafa has pulled up, you'll see at the very top, what do you want to automate? You just put in the prompt that you have, or put in the prompt that the AskAI gives you, and from here it will automatically make the automation for you to the best of its ability. Now, per usual, you do want to uh, check behind whenever these automations are generated, just because that's just something you need to constantly start doing whenever you're working with AI, because AI is capable of making mistakes. Um, so that is very important, but it is very helpful as well as far as time management or just learning more about the software when you are unsure. So yeah, thank you very much, Mustafa.
Can Ask AI build images or for sign 3D specs or model? For example, a design for a customer who wants a sign built. If so or not sure, can you try to build one? Yeah. Basically, AI Ask AI can generate content for you. So let's just start with that. 3D specs. I'm just gonna copy it exactly the same way and paste it over here. Let me share my screen once again. And while it's working on that, this is what I was working on while Coven was explaining you the workflow AI. So I asked it to give me a prompt that I can put into workflow AI, and it did. So I'm just going to copy it from here, go back here, share this tab, and see how it performs, if it's going to perform properly or not. While it's doing that, we jump back to the 3D specs. And yeah, perfect. With a vague, ambiguous prompt to generate 3D specs. This is what it gave me, which is amazing. I mean, what do you think, Cohen?
It looks pretty good to me.
Absolutely. So it's a hyper realistic product render featuring, and it also gave me the details. I mean, I can use this to put it on a Shopify page or an e-commerce store right now, and it can even tweak. And it's the best part about Ask AI is the suggestions it gives you. It helps you basically. So if you want to use a different frame style, a different background, different color palette, a different aspect ratio, so 16:9 for a banner or a 9:16 for stories and reels, so just say the word and it will get it done. So yeah, you can use it to create content, visual content as well, so images as well. Now going back to the, and it's actually working. So I gave it a huge prompt that I just, come on. Yeah. So I gave it a huge prompt that I received from the work Ask AI. And what happened is it renamed the sequence, it added the trigger, it added the different stages, and the little icon that we see here, it means that there are some errors that we need to go in, step in, and resolve. But it basically built out everything. So yeah, that's the power of using the AIs within the system available to you, and you can do a lot. You can save a lot of time. You can have a lot of assistance using AI in every step of the way. And the more you utilize it, the more you basically train it in order to understand what needs to be done and what the objective it is that you're trying to achieve. So yeah, that would conclude this meeting. But before we move forward, Cohen, would you like to show them on how they can reach out to us or view that knowledge base where they can read all that information about the system by themselves as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like Mustafa said, we have multiple ways of reaching out to us as far as using the software. Firstly, is the submit request tab. If you're coming across an issue within your sub account and you want a quick fix, just fill out all the fields accordingly. Send us a screen recording or attachment of an image, or just give us a brief message regarding the issue that you're coming across. Once submitted, it will send it to our support email, giving us all the details that you gave us, and then we are able to look into the issue that you are coming across and then get back to you shortly. Next is the board meeting. Here is basically just a calendar form where you can select a date and time and choose when you want to meet with us, fill out all the fields. So schedule a support meeting, just schedule a date and time and fill out all the fields and give us a brief message as to what the meeting is going to be about, and someone on our team will gladly meet with you. And then finally is the knowledge base. Like I was briefly talking about regarding the Ask AI, the knowledge base has a wide variety of articles relating to OPM tools. Just literally anything that you want to know about the software, this is where you want to find it. And it will give you in great detail about all aspects of the software. And this is what the Ask AI uses it to power its knowledge base as well. So. All right. But I do want to thank you all for joining us today. Thank you very much, Mustafa, for giving us that great example and presentation over the Ask AI. Uh, like he said, we are going to be going over a new topic for the next few weeks of our workshop. So be sure to stay tuned, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Absolutely. Bye, everyone.